I don't have to tell you. I'm saying it in front of broadcast media. Pumunta ka ng Quiapo any day. Lahat available dyan eh. Lahat ng fake. Pumunta ka ng Green Hills. Ngayon lang, as we're talking, guaranteed, punong-puno yan ng fake. Di ba? Correct me if I'm wrong. Hanggang perfume ngayon, pinipake na. Believe mo eh.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes. There have been instances before that we've closed down shops, we've closed down malls for a period of time just to deter the landlords and incidentally drive away these peddlers. But so far, yeah, they do come back.
Oh, mabalik
that's, that's one of the problems.
So why not penalize the landlord again, the owner of the building? If that happens one more time, we won't give you a permit to operate for 10 years.
Yes, we're actually advocating on that. That's why it's still in the Congress right now. We're advocating.
That will never happen if you're going to Congress. Alam mo naman Kongreso natin, di ba? I mean, look at all the fake stuff that they wear walking around, di ba? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the wrong people. These are the people who can afford the genuine products. I forget. So,
yes, but, yeah,
are you going to win in your cause?
Yes, sir. Well, just to add up to what we do here in the Intellectual Property Office, in addition to what we do locally, we also forge international cooperation with different countries. And of course, in the International Policy Group inside the IPO, we study attending meetings with the World Intellectual Property Office, like Committee on Trademark, Committee on Patent, the Committee on Development and Intellectual Property, so that the Philippines will be updated with what is happening in the market right now. And we will be able to do it here in the Philippines, in the local market. And also in the ASEAN, we're having meetings regularly in order to forge cooperation when it comes to enforcement of intellectual property rights.
Because we are not just violators of their copyright creations, they also sometimes violate our copyright. In terms
It's the same
of,
thing.
It's the same thing.
For example, in case of indigenous artists, they copy some of their music or their traditional knowledge without giving due credit, for example.
That's all right.
That's
Like,
a two-way system
yeah.
in terms of
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Next, I'm very passionate about this. Like, for example.
But you should be.
Yeah, like, for example,
like
for example, you have Philippine mango. We take pride in Philippine mango, right? It should be associated with the Philippines. You cannot have mango produced in Mexico and brand it as a Philippine mango.
Which they are.
Well, maybe,
They're doing
yes.
it.
We're doing it like the same way as...
Because in Atlanta, I saw that once. Nakalagay Philippine mangoes, pero nakalagay sila in Mexico.
Like for example, I give you, if that seed is transferred from the Philippines to Mexico, do they have the right to brand it as a Philippine mango?
Because during the Cory regime, that seed traveled. Before that, it never traveled outside the country, just so you know.
It's the same thing. Like, we want to protect our brand. We want to protect our mango, our brand of producing the best mango in the world. In the same way that Thai people...
And bananas.
Yes, Thai people would want to protect their jasmine rice. Or, of course, the Italians would want to protect their wine, the French, their whiskey.
Their cheese.
Yes.
cheese.
Yeah, so it's a cooperation with different countries.
But right now, that's all being muddled because of global trade and because the infiltration of trade in almost every other country, because it's called under the table or smuggling. Ganun nangyayari. Piracy. Pero yun, nakokontrol pa yun eh. Ang problema, when there is absolutely no longer any control, which is like what's happening in the Philippines, it's too blatantly sold. I can understand under the table sales. Pare-pare, halika, ipakita ko sa bibenta ko. Tinatago ko pa. Pero yung nilalabas ko, nilalagyan ko pa ng ilaw, nilagyan ko pa ng karatula, naglagay pa ako ng cheap, may sale pa. Ano sobra na, di ba?
Yes.
Hindi ka na bastos, nang babastos ka na, nang nanakit ka na eh. Ganun ang sitwasyon natin dito, talagang labag-labagan na eh. It's really out in the open. How are you going to do that? How are you going to control, how are you going to, for example, recommend to Ronnie Ricketts? I mean, tama ba yung ginagawa mo? Do you really want to stop them? If you want to stop them, sana mo yung mall. Di ba?
Yes.
In fact, there was even a suggestion in terms of fake bags. Once you confiscate them, don't slash them. You put like a really big sticker on them that says fake. And then, okay, you can use that. You can buy that, you can use that.
Totonggalin lang yung sticker na yan, ikaw naman,
Or you can make it really enhanced.
So you write
you'll have
fake.
a hard time using it or something like that.
That'll be a new fashion. Fake. Wear fake. Di ba maganda yun?
It's because we're just protecting the brand name here. And the design, of course, of the bag. So if people are knowledgeable, if they know that it's fake, then there's no violation.
There's no incentive to wear it.
Isn't it a problem that we are always trying to, or that's normal, I guess, the aspiration of the people want to wear genuine products, or you want to walk around with a $2,000 bag when really all you can afford is 200 pesos. So it's the aspiration of the people to have more than what they can really afford, so they buy the fake. So is that the fault of media, or is that the fault of the brand? What is it? It's just availability. It's just the peddler.
Sometimes who don't even know that a Louis Vuitton bag actually has to cost this much in its original creation.
No, they do cost a lot.
Yeah, they do cost a lot.
I'm familiar with the cost.
Yeah, but the buyers, the buyers of the fake ones just buy it in the streets. They don't even know that, oh, this brand is a super brand or internationally well-known brand. There's not even that much awareness in terms of how much goodwill
Kasi
is
binibili
put
lang
inside
nila.
that
They
brand.
don't even know. That's what you're saying. That's a good point. They may not even be victims of the fake product that they're buying, you mean?
Or they do not purchase it knowingly in order to cheat Louis Vuitton or whatever brand. But
So, what's your strategy now? Continue awareness, media awareness?
media
Hustle
awareness.
the NBI, hustle the optical media guys?
In terms of international relations, of course, we're bargaining for longer time or at least an allowance in terms of understanding our own culture.
How much time are you asking for?
There's always an extension. Kasi po, like for example, the US would tell us that this is the deadline for you to finish all
The
this
US
type of
always
piracy.
yaks. There's nothing they can
Of course,
do.
we ask for
Diba? There's
Yes,
nothing they can do.
yes.
So, who cares about them? They're not the world police. They like to think they are, but soon they're not. Diba?
Yes, and as I had
It's
mentioned,
the guys who make it. It's China that's becoming the world police.
yes, yes.
But how do you even control a country like China? It's difficult. But Shenzhen, they sell everything there. That's a supplier of Green Hills. Tanggalin mo yung supplier ng Green Hills, wala na yung mapupuntahan eh. Di ba? It used to be Taiwan, but hindi nag-ano. It used to be even, it's already Hong Kong. Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, but the problem with that, of course, is Hong Kong and China are outside our territory. What we can enforce here is, of course, border control.
Yes.
Maybe stricter border control, and from then on, they will have to stop patronizing these goods that are being imported.
We're at the end of the show. Talking with you for 15 minutes is kulang-kulang, you know. Your message to our viewer, Attorney Sara Jane Suguitan.
All right, we'd like to invite everyone, of course, to check out our website. We're at www.ipofil.gov.ph for any of your trademarks, patents, and copyright concerns. We're here for you. Whatever you create, you have the right, of course, to earn from that and not to be imitated or copied without your authorization.
Attorney Lope Manuel Jr.
Do not be afraid of intellectual property. It's your friend. It's not something very big that you cannot really understand. In fact, if you just browse the internet and check the website, you will understand what we stand for and what we really want to promote in the Intellectual Property Office.
Thank you very much. We hope you've understood the program. Malalim-lalim nga itong issue nito. But alam nyo, hindi lang kami nagka-calisthenics dito ng pagsasalita at yung topic or issue, intellectual property. It really is a global issue. And it's an issue basically for advancement and protection of our own country other than protecting their products. There are other issues that we didn't discuss or we briefly touched on, which is medicine, but then again, malalim na usapin din po yan. Yes, intellectual property is an issue we have to contend with and we have to begin to understand. And the partner of the intellectual property rightfully should be media. An awareness towards something wrong. So to make us understand when we violate something, we know we're violating it. Hindi yung style Pilipino, nakatingin sa patay mali, parang hindi naman kung ginagamit yun. This is exactly our culture, di ba? We don't want to pay attention to something na alam natin, mali na ginagawa natin. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've understood the topic. We'll try to bring it back to you if you wish to learn more about these issues. Then again, for this week, Learn of the Changes, we have new programming in GNN. On Wednesday, we had the full coverage of the inauguration of the new president. Congratulations to Pinoy or Noynoy Aquino III. Thank you very much. My name is Harrington Bodko. Stay with us. We have more for you right here in this network. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.